Echoing Newt Gingrich at Monday's debate, today's Wall Street Journal editorial calls it Food Stamp Nation. Question is, should this program be slashed? Isn't workfare better than welfare? So let's talk. We have CNBC contributor Jared Bernstein, former top economist to Vice President Biden, Dan Mitchell of the Cato Institute. Let's see. Jared, I'll start with you because I regard this as a bipartisan mistake. But so far we have 45 million people in 2011. 45 million people for a total cost of $75 billion. That's an outrage, Jared. That's becoming a return to the welfare state. Shouldn't we cut it back?
Not at all, Larry. I mean, remember, those 45 million people, by the way, about 75% of participants are kids or in families with kids. 25% are elderly or disabled. So a lot of these folks are getting the kind of nutritional assistance that they very much need. This has been part of the fabric of our safety net for a long time. It doesn't discourage work. It's in fact, half of recipient families have a worker. It's the most effective counter-cyclical program in our safety net. I noticed this firsthand during the Great Recession. Food stamps rolls are up because a lot of people are out of work or face low earnings, and it's helping them just get the nutritional assistance they need. What's wrong with that, man?
All right, let me go to Dan Mitchell, because, Dan, I would argue, and certainly Newt Gingrich argued the other night, that this is far beyond counter-cyclical safety net. And as I said at the top, this is a bipartisan problem. President Bush increased food stamp participants by 11 million people. Bush and Pelosi and Obama, in separate bills, have expanded the eligibility, Dan. Where's this going to stop? And are we heading back for a welfare nation?
I think there's a big issue about whether or not we measure success by how many people are depending on government versus how many people are independent of government and living self-reliant lives. If I wanted to, I could take a bunch of cheap shots talking about the millionaire lottery winner in Michigan on food stamps, college kids signing up for food stamps, fast food restaurants issuing food stamps, people buying steaks. But that misses the point. I think we should learn the lesson of welfare reform, decentralize this program, get the federal government out of it, and go back to what I think our founding fathers envisioned: state and local governments and communities figuring out how best to take care of those truly in need and having a much greater ability to stop the fraud and corruption of the program.
We're just about out of time.
Okay, very quickly. If there were ever a "this ain't broke, don't fix it" moment, it would be with food stamps. There are things wrong with America. We have some very tilted tax policy and income inequality. The fact that low-income people in a recession are getting nutritional assistance, I'm sorry, that's not America's problem right now.
I just think somebody's got to deal with it.
$75 billion dependency and America becoming like Greece if we don't turn things around.
Assistance to poor people.
I'm sorry. I believe we need workfare reform and we need welfare reform as well. Anyway, Jared Bernstein, thank you. Dan Mitchell, thank you.